Oh, we got the Pistol Pete 68 points for a game, man. Let's get straight into it.
Buster along with Calqc here in the Superdome, and tonight the Knicks are facing the New Orleans Jazz, and of course that spells Pete Maravich. He had the biggest single game of anybody against the Knicks this year, 39 points. Who's going to stop him, Cal?
I don't know who's going to stop him. I think Clyde might get the assignment. Maravich playing great basketball, particularly here at home. But Walt Frazier's come along for New York in recent ball games. He's playing very strong defense, and he's scoring well. That should be the matchup to watch tonight. Frazier against Pete Maravich. And E.C. Coleman is back for the Jazz, and he'll go against Bob McAdoo.
And all of a sudden, New Orleans has a new star, too, a fellow named Paul Griffin, who grabbed 25 rebounds against Milwaukee here on Wednesday night, and that tied a club record. He's quite a rookie.
He is. He's been playing real fine ball, playing ahead of B. Hagan and Aaron James. He's done a real good job, particularly on the boards, and they need that.
Well, these two teams are getting ready for the opening tip, so in just a moment, the game between the Knicks and the Jazz will be underway.
I bet.
Number 6 is Don
Pavetta was reffing then. Dang. Dang, Pavetta. That's crazy. So we got Walt Frazier tonight.
And E.C. Coleman goes defensively against Bob McAdoo. And, of course, E.C. is one of the final defensive forwards in basketball, and McAdoo, one of the great offensive ball players in the game. So that's
Chad, I think we like.
when they do hook up.
Chad, I think we like in the 70s right now. I ain't even gonna lie. We like. I don't even know what year we in.
January 23rd. Then Mac came back with 27 points on Tuesday night at the Garden. There's the Pistol. He has really had some
Big up
outstanding
Pistol.
games
Pistol and
against the
Walt.
Knicks. One time last year, the Pistol pumped in 45 in a double overtime game last year.
All right, man. Let's get it, bro.
Otto Moore and Bob McAdoo to jump it up. Don Murphy to put the ball in the air, and we are underway as Frazier wins the tip. So the Knicks play it, and Frazier goes in underneath Maravich, pass it back between the legs of McAdoo, and picked up by McElroy and up to Maravich. Pistol down
Good
to
pass, Pete.
McElroy, drives the baseline, a reach around his home court.
Ah.
Tom McMillan gets the rebound, and Cal, you said he was in there to give the Knicks some extra power on the board.
Yes, Tommy's a very good offensive rebounder.
Here's Tommy Mack with the ball, giving it back to Monroe. Pearl starts down the middle, feeds to the baseline. A Tom McMillan jump shot is good, and the Knicks break on top 2-0.
You know that Tommy is a real good shooter. Once he gets himself set out there, he got a good pass from Monroe that time and a real good shooting position.
James McElroy in and out of the starting lineup for New Orleans this year, but back in since the injury to Freddie Boyd. He's going to have surgery on a right knee in just a couple of days. That shot would not fall for Moore. And here come the Knicks. Frazier on the dribble against McElroy, a fine defensive guard. McAdoo pitches back to Monroe and gets it back to Big Bob. Here's his shot over on the floor, and he is hit.
Well, Knicks did a lot of switching on defense in that game against Atlanta, and I'm sure it's that again this evening because they set a lot of picks out there for Pete Maravich.
McElroy fakes the stutter move. Here is a pass off from
Damn one, Pete.
by the Pistol as he gets his first field goal and a foul on Tom McMillan.
Well, that time Pistol moving without the basketball. He comes along the baseline. Clyde gets caught behind the screen. You'll watch here. McMillan switches over to help out. McAdoo switches over to help out. And the foul is called. I didn't see who hit him, but they called the foul.
Yeah, that wasn't a foul, though.
That
was not no foul.
Play for Maravich. And the Knicks lead is cut to 1 at 4-3. Frazier tied up at the baseline. No shooting room on Pistol Pete. Bails it back to Monroe. Catches Tom McMillan on the move. He goes to McAdoo. Bob at the baseline feeds into the middle. That was a bad pass.
D.
Intercepted by New Orleans. Griffin on a pass to Maravich. Monroe picks him up. The Pistol fires. A little bit long over the top. That's going to be Stallworth on the foul.
Stallworth coming over the top on the offensive board.
Bud Stallworth played a surprisingly good game against the Knicks in the Garden. He scored 21 points, which at that time was a season's high. And Stallworth came back to get 26 against Milwaukee the next night.
He had a good shooting first quarter against the Knicks.
A turnaround by Frazier. It is no good. Rebound on the move by Stallworth. Out to McElroy, who runs the ball club. McElroy, a stutter move. Nail it back to Griffin. Here's Griffin.
Hey.
Paul Griffin, a fifth-round draft choice from Western Michigan. And that puts the Jazz up for the first time. It's 5-4.
And one. What? Come on, ref.
Fred Holzman arguing on that play, as you can clearly see.
And I thought there's going to be a foul call on that play instead of a traveling violation.
3 early turnovers on the Knicks. All of a sudden, in the last couple of games, the Knicks have been plagued again by turnovers, and now the Jazz give it up. Turnover number 1 on New Orleans. building seats 21,395 under a reserve seating basis, but they've had several crowds larger than that. Here's McAdoo firing it up. It is no good. McElroy for the rebound, and the Knicks are not getting any second chances.
Good
Monroe
D.
steals the ball. The Pearl picks the pocket. Now he has to wait for his teammates to come back. They've gone back on defense. Here's Frazier's shot. It is no good. And Otto Moore gets the board.
Knicks shooting cold right now. They're getting very good shots, but they're not falling for them.
Wright almost gets a steal at midcourt. Here's a Maravich ball. It's good. Pistol Pete. And he's got 5 points already, and New Orleans now by 3. That's 7-4. 7 straight points for New Orleans, and a foul on Bob McAdoo as the Knicks give it up.
McAdoo called for moving when he set a pick along the baseline. That's 2 personal fouls on him already.
Pete looking good out there, boy. I don't think he missed. He like 2 for 2, ain't he?
McElroy studies a drive and moves on it. His reach around is good. And 9 straight points have been scored by New Orleans. It's a 9-4 New Orleans lead, and Red Holzman will take now. The Jazz comes roaring back with 9, so it's 9-4.
The Knicks have had good shots on offense, but they haven't fallen for them, and they're not getting any offensive rebounds after they miss those shots.
Hey, speaking of swings, when these two teams met at the Garden on Tuesday night, there was a 38-point swing at that game. So that was really remarkable. The Knicks were down by a dozen, came back to lead by 26, and they won it by 17. Moving into the baseline is Frazier. He's got a switch, and he's on Griffin. Pistol picks him up as he moves to the middle. Back off to Tom McMillan for the jumper. With 2 seconds on the timer, they beat the clock.
Tommy just beat the buzzer on that shot.
Second basket for Tom McMillan, who got a start tonight. The Jazz leads at 9-6.
And Tommy's matched up against the rookie Griffin, who's doing a good job rebounding.
That's a charge on Pistol Pete. First foul on Maravich, and we'll charge the Jazz with a turnover on that play. So the Knicks with 4 turnovers and the Jazz with 3. Now the Knicks after tonight come back and play 3 consecutive home games. The Pacers have lost 2 straight as they come in. And on Tuesday night it'll be San Antonio, and Tommy Mack comes back to hit another.
Bro, they is shooting.
Looking to make a pass in that play, but McMillan was picked up by a defender, so Tommy went up with the shot. He was wide open, and he connected.
That's 9-8, favor the Jazz by 1. A week from Saturday, the Knicks will be at the Garden to play the Philadelphia 76ers, runaway leaders in the Atlantic Division right now. But Stallworth's shot would not fall, and the Knicks have the rebound. Monroe advancing along the right sideline against McElroy, reaching for the ball. Here's Tom McMillan, who's hit 2 straight. Monroe moving to the middle, gets in the lane, goes with his 2-handed scoop, no good. Rebound, Stallworth knocked away, stolen by Monroe. Monroe gets his second steal. He was lucky on that one. Here's McAdoo's shot, no good. And the rebound got away from Moore, but the Jazz has it anyway. 7:15 remaining in the quarter. Boy, McElroy really took it right to the hoop.
He made some move that time. He faked to his left and came back to his right and made a great move going inside for the layup. You watch him now, coming back to his right and going in for the layup. Good play by Jim McElroy.
Right now, we've got 9 of 11 points out of the Jazz backcourt. A double pump by Monroe.
Okay.
Earl averaging 19.7 per ball game. Jazz by 1, 11-10. So they've been getting the scoring from the guards, as you would expect with this team. Here's Stallworth moving in for a jump shot. It is short of the mark. Frazier for the rebound. Jimmy McMillan had gotten out quickly. Let's see if Clyde goes to him. Here's a Frazier jump shot. It is off the back iron, no good. Maravich rebound. The pistol.
Damn, Pete fast as hell.
Ooh! 7 points for Pistol.
He's in pretty good negotiating position, too, leading the league in scoring right now.
Well, that's right, and of course the injury to Gail Goodrich, which has disabled him for the year, and at Gail's age, they don't know whether he's going to be able to come back or not. Tommy Mack short. Bob McAdoo around and no good. Tom McMillan misses a follow, and Stallworth rebound. Knicks with 3 shots that almost fell, and in the final analysis, none did. New Orleans leads at 13-10. We're in the opening quarter. After the game, the Knicks have a charter flight back to New York. Here's a Maravich shot in the left.
Oh my God, Pete. Nice.
Well, the Knicks having a tough time defending against Pistol Pete right now. Clyde is guarding him, but he's going to have to get help from the big men when he makes his move down the lane.
We have a whistle before that.
Pete just flowing, man.
A foul before the shot on Stallworth. That's his second personal foul. By the way, speaking of travel, we were talking last night about the Knicks having to rush to catch a plane. Well, just case you gave that any further thought, needless to say, they missed that airplane. And they didn't get into the hotel in New Orleans till about 3 this morning after taking a later flight. McAdoo to the hoop, and he hangs it short. Otto Moore rebounds it out to Maravich. Pistol moving up the center, going with a jump shot. No, but a foul Monroe, and the Pearl does not believe it.
Well, the Jazz running with every opportunity now. They're controlling their defensive boards. The Knicks aren't getting any offensive rebounds, and the Jazz come.
Maravich, an 83% free throw shooter, going to the line for the second time. He is 1 for 1. Aiming at Don Murphy.
Call it and go that way.
A 17-10 New Orleans lead, a foul on James McGill. Two-team foul.
Yeah, Chet, I'm gonna be working this keyboard now.
Here's Frazier moving on Maravich and can't get any room. Goes to Monroe. The Pearl knocked away by Griffin. Griffin helping out. He was actually guarding a forward, but he knocked that ball away. Here's Griffin, the rookie, moves in, dishes off McElroy. Oh, the crowd wanted that shot because the Jazz was playing good basketball.
They moved the ball very well in that sequence.
Fred Holzman is readying Butch Beard to come into the game. Here's a New Orleans foul.
Except with that call, and then he got the contact, threw the ball up, he'll shoot two.
Well, Butch was coming in for Frazier, so he'll have to wait. As Clyde goes to the foul line, Clyde hitting at 73% last night at the line.
I don't be want to smack in y'all ear, so sometimes I just mute my mic. You know, if I'm eating or drinking something, I gotta sneeze or cough.
Layoff. Coleman was out with a bruised right knee, but he's
Excuse
back
me.
tonight. 2 for 2 is Frazier, and the Knicks cut their deficit to 5. It is 17-10. Pistol up on Clyde. Cross to Coleman. Here's a jump shot by Stallworth. In and out. Rebound McAdoo. Knicks with a chance to cut further into this deficit. At the outset of the game, the Knicks scored the first 4 points, then fell behind 9-4. Frazier's shot is no good. Stallworth clears it out.
You know, Clyde shot very well last night, but he's having a very difficult time here in this first quarter with his shooting.
Frazier was 12 out of 17 last night. Stallworth moves. Great position, but it doesn't count. A charging foul.
Charge.
Stallworth moves. Great position, but it doesn't.
Quarter with his shooting.
Frazier was 12 out of 17 last night. Stallworth moves. Great position, but it doesn't count.
Man, that is not no charge.
It's
not no charge.
Just over 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter from the Superdome in New Orleans. Down the McAdoo low post. He takes the baseline on Moore. It's
And one.
He had almost no room at all. Let's watch it again. Underneath and gets the.
He makes the foul, and so McAdoo with 5 points, and the Jazz in the penalty now, so he would have had an extra try had he not made it. It's 17-14, New Orleans on top. 3:50 left in quarter number 1. Pete Maravich. Maravich in his 7th year from LSU.
Boy, he is an offensive machine.
13 points in the quarter already. 13 of 19 for New Orleans. McAdoo.
Bob.
For Big Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Jazz on top by just 2, 19-17.
Another last play by Maravich. Tom DeMillan came over to help Butch Beard out, and they were both all over him, and he still got that shot in.
A drive by Williams, pitch it off. Here's a jumper at the baseline. Good by Otto Moore. He didn't score very much. Otto averaging just 6.2 a ball game, and he was picked up by the Jazz as a free agent. McAdoo, a jump shot from the right lane is good. And McAdoo now has 9 points to lead the Knicks.
You might see McAdoo a lot on defense because Otto is not a real offensive threat, but if you give him a short jump shot, he'll make it. But McAdoo can gamble against him and help his teammates out.
E.C. Coleman to the middle, and Maravich, he's double-teamed and can't shoot. Gets it back to E.C. He's not really a scorer. E.C. is basically a defensive forward, so the pistol lets it fly, and no shot is too long for Maravich.
Well, it's going to be an offensive show here. It's shaping up now. Pistol Pete and Bob McAdoo.
Well, he'd have 60 if he kept on going the way he is right now. He's got 15, and we still have 2.5 to go in the quarter. Tom McMillan gets another one. Tommy has his 4th field goal of the opening quarter. It's 23-21 New Orleans. And the Knicks are keeping the pressure on. Maravich behind the screen. Williams always shoots well against the Knicks, it seems. Here's the first shot of the game for E.C. Coleman, and he comes back from a 2-game layoff to hit it. E.C. from Houston Baptist.
You know, E.C. is a smart basketball player. He's not a great shooter, but he takes good shots. He works hard for his shots and plays great defense.
Now we've got 2 minutes left in the opening quarter. McAdoo in the lane gets the shot away. It is banked up and in
Ooh,
by
okay,
Big Bob, and
Bob.
he's got 11.
Bob in
This
his
thing is an
bag.
offensive show by both ball clubs right now. Nobody's missing.
Earlier this year,
Him
we had a
and Pete.
shootout between Maravich and Monroe in
Ooh,
a game at the
ooh,
Garden.
ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay,
Pistol Pete
Pete.
really played Butch like a fiddle
Okay,
that time.
Pete.
He was moving
Yeah, he
very well to
definitely
get
could
his
play
shot off
today,
that
for
time.
sure. He definitely could play
And we've got
today.
a timeout at the
That
Superdome.
boy out there
6:20.
doing crossovers.
Pete Maravich headed for the foul line as we
Ah,
come back to
man.
play. Pistol was fouled by Butch Beard. We've got 1:43 left in the quarter.
He tough.
Well, that's really something. 17 of 27 for Pistol Pete. It's 27-23 New Orleans.
And he's shooting them from all over the floor.
Beard passing down to Jim McMillan. A well-run play to Monroe, but he is in the lane for 3 seconds. Pretty good defense by Aaron James in the lane. Aaron James kept Monroe out of shooting position. That's New York's 6th turnover.
Earl is upset. He's very close to a technical foul.
Maravich is getting a rest now, and you see Mo Howard, number 14 in the game for the first time. Mo was a draft choice of the Cavaliers this year out of Maryland.
Oh.
Picked up here recently as a free agent.
Oh.
Mo Howard hits the basket. 29-23 New Orleans. Monroe at the baseline. Off the back iron, no good. E.C. Coleman for a board. 1:06 left in quarter number 1. They're spelling Maravich here at the quarter mark so he can get a little extra rest. McElroy's drive was short, blocked by the Knicks, and boy, McElroy thought there was a foul, but none is called.
And so did Pete Maravich and Elton Bill. They were off the bench yelling at the official.
So nobody's happy here tonight, except that New Orleans leads it by 6 points. Less than a minute remaining in the quarter. McElroy studies a move, pitches off to Howard. His second shot of the game is overshot. Tom McMillan gains possession for the Knicks. Here's Butch Beard. Butch on a drive down to the baseline. Looks back to Tommy Mack. He's open. No good. E.C. Coleman has a rebound. There have been very few offensive rebounds in the opening quarter by the Knicks.
That's basically because both the big men, McMillan and McAdoo, are outside shooting jump shots, and there's nobody inside for that offensive
Well, why
rebound.
it sound like they got quieter?
Jazz working the ball. Mo Howard around the center Otto board.
Maybe it's just me.
McElroy gets it back to Otto. He had a jump shot earlier tonight. The crowd wants him to shoot. Here's one by Nate Williams, an air ball, and a foul on Monroe. The Pearl.
Ball for the New Orleans Jazz. Mo Howard and Monroe fouled him as he went back up for his shot.
Here's Howard, 6 for 8 at the foul line this year. 10th of December. And picked up last week on 31-23. 10 seconds left in the quarter. It is
And one.
foul on McElroy, and nothing like the old three-point play. Now Phil Jackson gets up off the bench to check in for the Knicks tonight.
And no doubt you'll see New York go into a press now. Only 7 seconds to go in this first quarter. The Knicks will probably go to that full court press after if Earl makes his free throw. He'll have 2 for 1.
Jackson replaced Tom McMillan. Earl, a good free throw shooter, and that's it. Now let's see. There's Jackson pressuring the inbound by Coleman. He gets it into Nate Williams. Nate comes up front to Howard. Howard drives off.
Oh, close. Oh, okay, Bob.
Well, he made 2 super plays that time.
And that's the end of the first quarter with the 6.
Good first quarter.
He's going to be a block here. Otto Moore gets set to go up, and McAdoo really makes a fine play. No foul. Ball is picked up by Nate Williams. He goes.
Give me that shit.
2 personal fouls in the first quarter.
McAdoo. Lonnie Shelton. Lonnie blocked that one nicely. Another try, and Williams scores. Nate Williams.
Well, the Jazz effective on their offensive board. They've been able to get that second shot, but New York so far has not been able to do that.
Dickie Burton made a couple of long shots at Atlanta last night. Butch Beard passing cross court to Lonnie Shelton. Lonnie looking a little confused on offense these days. Lonnie is playing mostly as a defensive ball player. 2 seconds on the timer. McAdoo's shot hit the rim. Rebounded by Williams. It's a 3-on-2 break. Coleman scores.
Well, this did not get back well on defense that time. McAdoo had to force that shot up because the 24-second clock was going out. The Knicks were slow getting back on defense.
Jazz up by 9 for the first time, 35-26. Shelton matched against Otto Moore. He almost stole the ball, but Lonnie traveled. Lonnie's rhythm was
on his hand.
Nate Williams, he always seems to shoot well against the Knicks.
And Nate loves to shoot the basketball. When he gets his shot, he'll put it up.
Talk about loving to shoot. Air ball by Maravich. He was really off range that time. It's odd, but the Jazz and the Knicks are both battling the Boston Celtics for what appears to be the final playoff spot in the East. The Celtics have a game at Seattle tonight. Butch Beard, no good, no foul. Rebound, Otto Moore.
And Richard, that's the same thing that Pete Maravich did. He got the call. Why couldn't Butch get it?
Because Pete Maravich is a star, Cal. Here's
good fake.
Lonnie Shelton, and the shot no good. Rebound, Beard. Here comes Butch. Beat it off to Lonnie Shelton, and he lays it. Nice move by Lonnie.
Well,
He said Pete is a baby.
A little bit now, Maravich, he's missed 3 shots in a row after he's really shooting well in that first quarter.
It's 35-28. The pistol.
Damn, Pete.
Pop out, a head fake and a foul.
Get that when Lonnie Shelton to get
Work for the Knicks. He'll replace Butch Beard.
Just in case.
And Maravich to the foul line. That was his 18th point.
19.
In this ball game has missed a free throw yet.
Y'all better quit fouling then.
Now it's 37-28 New Orleans. Bradley on a floor pass to McAdoo. Goes down to the baseline, shoots over top E.C. Coleman, but it's no good. And Maravich takes the rebound away from Lonnie Shelton. Up to Coleman. Score it. And the Jazz jump up by 11. 39-28.
And the Jazz jump up by 11. And the Jazz jump up by 11. And the Jazz jump up by 11. Yeah, come on, let's hoop.
Bob McAdoo at center. Bradley and
We need to get to halftime, y'all.
Here's Mo Howard guarding Tiki Burton.
I ain't trying to rush, but
Inside, and the ball is slapped away, goes out over the sidelines, and Tiki has lost it.
we ain't got no scoreboard. We can't. Ooh, we.
And again, Red Oldsmith venting his emotions on referee Don Murphy, who says, "Sit down, Red." That time, up until now, Murphy hadn't said anything, but this time he pointed at Red and said, "A seat." Maravich. Boy, he's got all kinds of this guy has, Cal.
Well, he can
Nice.
I don't know how you stop a guy like that. You have to have help, and right now the Knicks aren't able to do anything with him.
Bro, he on fire, bro.
41-28 lead. A whistle before the shot by Tiki Burton. 3 seconds. That basket does not count.
McAdoo wasn't in the lane that time. He couldn't pick the ball up. And when the ball was rolled loose and Tiki picked it up, McAdoo was still in the lane.
Just in case.
Replaced by Phil Jackson. Well, the turnovers are mounting, and the Knicks have committed 9-5 for the Jazz. By the way, turnovers really hurt the Knicks last night. If you wanted to make a quickie analysis of last night's game as Williams shoots and scores, you'd point to the fact that the Knicks turned it over 23 times, leading to 22 Atlanta points. The Hawks turned it over 17 times, but only 10 Knick points. So a difference in points of 22-10. And here's a foul on E.C. Coleman.
E.C. trailing Phil Jackson along the lane. He was not in good defensive position that time. That's why he picked that foul up.
Knicks play it back in. Frazier makes the bounce pass to Tiki Burton. The ball was knocked away by Howard. Here comes Mo. Score it. And look at the happy Mo Howard. And an inbound steal for the Jazz. Everything is going wrong. Pistol fires.
Woo! Okay.
It's 47-28.
47-28. Hey, whooping the Knicks' ass.
Well, nothing is going right for the Knicks now. They're losing the ball on the offensive end, and they can't seem to contain the Jazz in the defensive end. Tiki Burton with the ball now. Mo Howard reaches in and knocks the ball away, and he beats Frazier up the floor for the layup. And then the inbound pass was thrown, and the Pistol Pete made another one.
Here's Mo Howard firing no good. We had a foul on Lonnie Shelton at the other end, and the Knicks have lost the ball again. 12 turnovers to 5 for New Orleans, and they picked them up in a hurry here.
He is tearing the Knicks up. Ooh. Wow, Pistol. That boy out there looking like Michael Jordan, man.
Lonnie Shelton gets a basket, and that's only the second basket for the Knicks in the quarter as you watch Dean Meminger get ready to come into the game.
Michael Jordan used to look like Pistol, huh? Is that what they say?
And the second is not able to contain the Jazz at all when they're on defense.
Well, that basket counted in the quarter. He
is to play defense and try to get the ball to the shooters. He's not a particularly good outside shooter, but he's a smart ball player, good defensive ball player, and he looks for the open man.
Otto Moore is not a good free throw shooter, 67%. Rebound, Phil Jackson, nearly stolen by Howard.
Phil Jackson, is that the NBA Phil Jackson? Is that Michael Jordan coach Phil Jackson, Kobe coach Phil Jackson?
Hustling back, coming in behind Earl Monroe and knocking the ball away.
If so, this is crazy.
New Orleans has outscored the Knicks 20-4 in the quarter. A loose ball foul is called on Maravich. That's
the first break the Knicks have had in some time.
Pistol called on his third personal foul. That's
he got to see it.
It's pretty early to have 7:03 left in the
he might have to see it.
Phil Jackson at the baseline, off the back iron. From the sideline, the ball to be triggered by Monroe. Into McAdoo. Pearl gets it back to Jackson. A jumper by Phil. No good. Rebound. Williams fire it out to Maravich. He threw it too long, and Monroe gets back and intercepts it. First turnover of the quarter against the Jazz. The Knicks have turned it over 6 times in the period. And New Orleans picks it right off again.
The Knicks just not moving that ball well on the offensive end. The Jazz playing real good defense, but of course the Knicks are not sharp on offense at all.
Well, last night the Knicks had their lowest quarter of the year, a dozen points. Right now in this quarter, halfway through it, they've scored just 4. 6:20 left in the quarter. Looks like somebody ought to put a handle on that ball right now. McAdoo shoots. Good.
Bob and hooping.
Contact between Phil Jackson and Otto Moore, and they both went down to the floor. 13 points for McAdoo.
Now the Knicks have given Dean Meminger the task of trying to contain Pete Maravich. Nobody else has been able to do anything with him so far.
I don't know what to say, bro. This nigga Pistol, bro. Pistol is going crazy, bro.
He's an incredible performer. Earl twists into the lane, but he traveled. It doesn't count.
Working against Dean Meminger. Now he comes off the screen by Nate Williams and Otto Moore. 2 guys boxing out right there, and their pistol goes up for a shot.
Number 53, Rich Kelly.
He jump high too, and he shoot.
He is a second-year man from Stanford. Kelly was ejected in New York on Tuesday night. That basket does not count. Offensive foul is the call.
Basket don't count.
A little displeasure, but he's got to be careful here because his club leads it by 21. He can't be too unhappy.
Travel. Oh.
Oh, the turnovers are killing the Knicks.
Yeah.
Kelly. And a 23-point lead. 55-32. Timeout for the called on a foul.
And it's now going with 2 small forwards in an effort to get some better offensive play in the ball game.
I'm so sorry. Look, Chad, I'm so sorry for keep yawning in my face. Yawning in y'all face. You know, man, your boy be busy, man. I be dropping video and dealing with real life, too. So, I'm low-key, I'm tired, but we gonna finish this mug out, man.
Doing a fine job in Buffalo. Maravich with a incredible, absolutely incredible, 29 points.
Well, he is doing it all.
Damn, Pete.
Shot on Dean Meminger.
57-32. Bill Bradley fires one up that will not go in.
The Knicks are not getting anything inside offensively. Everything is coming from the outside, and they're not hitting very well, and they're not getting those offensive rebounds.
Knicks have been outscored in the quarter 26-6.
Wow. Oh. Hey.
A 28-6 margin for the Jazz here in the quarter, and they lead at 59-32. No good. Rebound Coleman. No second tries for the Knicks right now. We've got 3.5 minutes left in this quarter, and it's been a nightmare.
Oh.
Last night it was the
Oh.
turnover that was so bad. Oh, is
Hey.
missing at that end of the floor. 61-32. They have almost doubled the Knicks' output.
This is incredible offensive show of the New Orleans Jazz. They can do no wrong.
You saw Butch Beard getting ready to come in. And an offensive foul. And I tell you, this is really unusual to see just everything go wrong. Here's Butch Beard coming in.
Well, E.C. Coleman's done a good job defensively against Bob McAdoo. McAdoo was trying to get free for a shot, and he pushed E.C. away.
This is not the largest deficit the Knicks have faced this year. Back on January 11th in the third quarter at Portland, they were down by
Ooh.
29 as
Look at
Maravich
Pete,
got one up,
man.
and it's 63-32.
He just pulled straight up in your grill.
A steal,
Oh. Oh.
and it's
Ooh.
taken by
Bro,
Bellinger.
Pete hard, bro.
That
He
time the Knicks
fast.
just rushed it up a little.
He got the handles. Man.
Baseline goes on the end line. He turned it over. Right now, Pete Maravich has one less point than the Knicks as a team.
What?
Now that's something. And Red Holzman has got to be a frustrated human being, and I don't blame him. What does a coach do at a time like this? About the only thing you can do is shuffle your players. Here's a jump ball.
And hope to come up with a combination if they can play more effectively. Right now, the Knicks cannot do anything right on either end of the floor.
Memminger against Howard.
What time is it?
Little Giants. And the Jazz keep it. No, it's stolen away by Beard. Up front to Jimmy McMillan. He drives. Off the glass, no good. Coleman rebounds. That was fine defense by Maravich. Williams on a move, and he traveled. Yes, he did.
I can look at my phone. It's a blowout. I mean, Bam was playing. Pete could be on the bench right now. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Pete could be on the bench. They up by so much. You know, getting some rest, come back halftime. Like sometimes that happens, but you know they go on a good run. They call a timeout. He sit the bench for the last 2-3 minutes. But this is like 1960 or 70 something, and Wilt scored 100 in front of them already. So Pete probably in his mind thinking he finna drop 100.
Getting good shots inside. They're getting a second shot. They're running the ball because the Knicks are not shooting well. It's the ball. And no, the outside.
That is by the quarter per scene. Maybe a little.
So happy I got my keyboard. I would have to sit through all that.
The last 2 minutes. You can get them in a hurry. So let's see.
I just can't do it, Chad. You gotta look at the quality. You gotta look at what's going on, man. I just can't. I love basketball, but come on. Hey,
And that makes it a 34-6 advantage in the quarter. It is
that's a nice shot.
65-32 as the Jazz has doubled the Knicks' output in the game. McAdoo is short. Offensive
He got the
rebound
board
there
though.
for Big Mac.
How he ain't get that rebound?
Down to
That
the
number
free throw line.
12
Layup
he
for
must ain't
Bradley.
box
The
out.
8th point of the quarter for the Knicks.
He really ain't gonna get the
Bradley
board.
scoring for the first time in the game. Minute and a half left in the third quarter. New Orleans on top, 65-34. The rookie Paul Griffin looking for help. 5 seconds on the timer. He'll do it himself. It is no good, and Bradley has the rebound. Here comes Tiki Burden. Tiki goes inside, puts it up good, and we've got a foul. Over the net at the end of a quarter, Chicago over Atlanta, 26-16. Phil Jackson in for the Knicks. Tiki Burden hits the first free throw. Tiki hitting at 56%, and his only free throw, I should say, and Jackson gets that ball. McAdoo.
Well, the full court press worked for New York that time. They made the steal, and McAdoo had to jump at the top of the key.
Knicks now with 11 points in the quarter. Make it 12 points in the quarter. Tiki Burden comes back and scores again.
All right, they play. The Knicks will come back.
Right
Are they playing?
It is 65-41.
Damn.
36
24.
seconds remaining in the second quarter, but no matter how it finishes,
Out. Yeah.
That's
12
points in the game thus far. His career high, by the way, is is 51. And if he would keep playing like this in the second half, of course, he would have a shot at that. Tiki Burden left up a high riser, no good. Bill Jackson offensive rebound. McAdoo, and we've got a whistle. Control the ball. This kind of game has to be tough for the officials to work too.
Bob McAdoo,
The Knicks
he
are out there
balling.
playing in frustration.
It's a freewheeling ball game. The Jazz are pretty much having their own way.
Bob say, I'm getting mine. I know that's right, Bob.
65 to 43. Jazz breaks the pressure this time. Howard feeding off to Williams. He blows a layup. McAdoo
Damn, he
seconds
slung
in the
that
quarter.
bitch.
5 seconds. Tiki Burden to the basket. No good.
Come on, man, y'all selling Bob.
And that will do it.
Damn, Bob, your teammates, it's just, boy, they selling you.
Man there, Butch Beard overplaying that passing lane, and they trapped the ball in the corner. McAdoo weren't too many.
Jazz 65. What it says. At least they made a.
Again, defense ball game. Ball. Bill Jackson could do, but that kind of keep that pressure. He picks the.
There's Pisford and fouls, and
He warming up.
Contain him at all. He pretty much did what he wanted to do out there, shooting that long jump shot.
Bob McAdoo shooting 7 of 14 for the Knicks. He leads. And this basketball court almost seems like this is warning for. But you're not supposed to touch the ball while it's in the opponent's hands. Here are the Knicks using a press, and apparently they're going to go with it and see if it can bring them back. 65-43 as we start the third quarter. New Orleans on top. Here's the pistol, and he has been hot. McElroy, stalwart, a little bit long, and McAdoo gets the rebound. And let's see if the Knicks can score first here in the third quarter. Tiki Burden to McAdoo. Mac baits a pop shot, moves in.
And one, yes.
McAdoo making a good move. He had a jump shot, but he put the move that time on the big fellow, Otto Moore. Got him up in the air, and Mac leans in a little bit. You watch here now. Mac pulls up, gets the fake. Now he leans.
Bob, I'm gonna have to check your highlights out.
Gets the good roll, and he makes the three-point play out of it.
Right, he adds the free throw, and so it's 65-46. Maravich.
Bob can hoop, bro.
Midcourt in the air. Here's the shot by Pistol. Pete Maravich now with 33 points in the ball game. 67-46 New Orleans. This is the final meeting of the year between these two teams. If the Knicks lose the game, they will lose the series, and it'll be their first series loss of the year. The Knicks have completed 5 series so far, and they have either won them or broken even. Here is a basket by Stallworth. 69-46. Tiki Burden feeds off the drive to Beard. Back off to Tiki. Baseline jump shot is short. And a whistle and a loose ball foul.
Going up.
What the?
They finished 2-2 against Cleveland, Houston, and the Nets. McAdoo's shot is good. Second basket of the quarter by Bob. He's got 22 points.
I was about to say, he got to have like 20.
New Orleans.
Damn, Pete.
Feeds to Griffin. Maravich said something to Tiki Burden. Tiki is picked off.
Ooh, it's some shit talking too.
I don't know how you stop him. He is too much.
Cal, I don't know about you, but I'm running out of things to say about Maravich.
Ooh, I know it's some, dude, I know they did some jive turkey. It's that era right there. They talking shit.
I tell you why Butch is upset. He got nothing but ball, but he knocked the ball into Maravich's head.
It was a good defensive play by Butch. He came over the top and hit the ball. The ball bounced off a Pistol's head, and they call a foul on Butch.
That's the old head foul, Cal.
Man, Pete just finna just get 50 easily. This third quarter.
He is really something. He set his career high as Beard puts one up short. Maravich set his career high earlier this year. It's a 51 point.
And he swinging. Man, Pete probably, bro. Pete probably could have a double-double right now. If his teammates make some shots, he be throwing them the dimes. But they is killing though. He on fire.
Jim McMillan inbounds to Tiki Burden. Tiki almost out of room at the sideline. Here's a jumper by Tiki, just a little bit long.
Good boy.
By Griffin.
Griffin
Throws it
snagging.
away. Beard to the middle. McAdoo.
Yeah,
Good.
Bob, turn
And
up.
McAdoo has scored 26 points, 9 in the quarter.
He's been very hot here in this third quarter. The only man really
Man,
shooting
he
the ball
been
from
hot all game.
53-52. New Orleans on top.
Bob is cooking too. This is Pete and Bob game. Oh,
McElroy goes on a drive and gets himself a basket.
Bob just on the losing team.
McElroy makes it 75-52 New Orleans. The Knicks once trailed in this game by 33, their second biggest deficit of the year. McAdoo misses.
Good boy.
Jackson picks up the loose ball to save it for
Good
the
stuff,
Knicks.
Phil.
Jim McMillan goes on a drive on Stallworth. Stops and scores. Jim McMillan with his first score of the night.
Well, the story of this ball game is Pistol Pete Maravich. He is really doing it all. The Knicks trying to really give Butch Beard some help now defensively against Pistol.
Nah, bro, this is crazy.
And that matches his high against the Knicks. That matches the high for any single player in the NBA against New York this year. Beard misses. Offensive rebound. Jackson. Back to Butch. McAdoo and a whistle. 3 seconds on the Knicks. Now, Frazier, Meminger, and Shelton, a trio of 3 coming in for the Knicks. Hey, that's redundant, a trio of 3. What else would it be?
Well, the Knicks time had 2 or 3 good opportunities for shots, and they passed a little bit too much until one man was caught in the 3-second area, and that basket did not count.
Holzman is keeping McAdoo and Jackson in the game. Otherwise, the 3 changes. Here's the pistol. The next point for him.
Pistol got the handles.
Against the Knicks. No good for Stallworth. Rebound Shelton stolen by Stallworth and a whistle.
That name's so tough. Pistol. In the NBA, they even call him Pistol.
Last night, tonight in the... Well, Lonnie knocks 2 off the lead, and it's 77-56 New Orleans.
If I had a dog, I'd name my dog Pistol. Nah. Damn.
Rebound.
He beat the press all by himself.
He got the handles. This dude is nice.
A little bit off target. Lonnie Shelton has the offensive rebound. Knicks have had a number of offensive rebounds this quarter. In and out for McAdoo. Lonnie Shelton, a turnaround. Good.
Like Pete is, he's probably, bro, he's the best player on this floor, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Tom McMillan will be back in the game shortly for the Knicks. James McElroy matched up against Dean Meminger. Here's Maravich with Frazier. Everybody's had a chance at Pete tonight. He's working for this one. He takes it. No good. The Knicks were streaming 3 seconds. Lonnie Shelton drops the ball.
Good pass by Dean Meminger. Lonnie didn't see that ball coming in, and he lost it going out of bounds.
Lineup change. Number 52, Tom McMillan comes in, and he replaces Phil Jackson.
I tell you, there's such a thing as a law of averages. Pistol will have to cool off pretty soon because he has not missed too many shots this season.
I think he defies that law and a few others sometimes. Otto Moore gets fed in the post, back to the pistol, goes on a drive right to the basket.
And one.
Tom McMillan, and Tom pushing him as he goes up for a shot.
At the foul line, adds the pistol with 42. He is 10 for 10 at the foul line.
42.
He is now 9 points away from his career high. E.C. Coleman gets called on the foul. Meminger, Frazier on the Knicks back line. Here's McAdoo up.
Ball inside to Bob McAdoo. He was being fronted by E.C. Coleman, and the ball was thrown out of bounds.
That was the Knicks' 21st turnover, 14 for New Orleans. Halfway through quarter number 3. Knicks have been busy lately. Tonight is the Knicks' 7th of 8 games in 11 days.
There you saw no more attempts.
Big Otto, 67%. Otto, a veteran of Pan America. First-round draft choice of the Detroit Pistons. A bulge for New Orleans. Meminger to Shelton. Lonnie at the baseline, backs off, does not shoot.
At that time, he had the ball inside. Good defense by the Jazz, and he was in the lane.
All right, here's Maravich. What a ball game he's playing. 42 points for the pistol right now. Frazier knocks the ball free.
Hey, I like them instruments.
Dog pistol feed. Off it comes to McElroy. A jump shot for him.
Chad, fun fact, I used to play the saxophone.
Now we've reached the halfway point of the quarter, and it's 82-58 New Orleans. The Pearl throws up an off-balance shot, no good. Shelton fighting for the rebound. It comes to Stallworth. And he decides not to force the fast break and to go ahead and wait. Maravich still working for shots, and he gets the shot. Oh, what an incredible shot.
Man, Pete frying these niggas. Pete frying. I ain't gonna lie.
McAdoo comes to help out. He gets them both up in the air, and he gets the contact there as he goes up for a shot.
Out there looking, making them look crazy, man.
Down for a large stretch of this ball game. If he keeps playing, he's going to set a new career high tonight because he's within 8 points of it right now. 10 seconds on the timer. Lonnie Shelton shoots, no good. Rebound, E.C. Coleman. It's 83-58 New Orleans with 5.5 left in the third quarter. Pistol fires, he's short.
They up by 25.
He might be a little tired now.
Yeah.
Frazier lets one loose. Good.
Ooh.
Frazier with 4 points. That's his first field goal of the ball game. It is 83-60 the Jazz. The Knicks have knocked 10 points off what was the highest New Orleans lead. Here's Pistol from the baseline. This one is no good. He's missed about 3 straight shots now. Here's Frazier. No good.
Pistol, man, he's trying to get some more points.
Remaining in the quarter. The Knicks will be facing a stretch of 3 straight games at home, which they will enjoy. Maravich misses again. And a loose ball. 7 left in the quarter. And Nate Williams, number 22, has come in for the Jazz. And Phil Jackson is going to come in for the Knicks, but he's coming in for Shelton, so he will wait. Or is he? He's going to wait until the first free throw is attempted at any rate. And now he's coming into the game for Tom.
I think that is the Lakers, them coach.
For the Knicks.
And Jordan, them coach. Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Doug Collins, Phil Jackson.
They were pretty successful in the first half with them.
10 points for Shelton. Here's Maravich.
I'll drop some.
He's going to go in and drive, shoot on the right. It's good, and he was fouled.
And one.
And Pistol ran right over top. A cameraman perched at courtside. Boy, he looks like he wants that new career high tonight.
He do.
Well, it's awfully tough to press a man with his dribbling ability. You'll watch him here beating Lonnie.
He tapping the ball.
And he just goes right around Earl here. Earl bumps him as he goes up.
No, I got that keyboard. We finna put this to work. Hold on. We finna put this to work. Bro, he is tapping the ball. Tap. Tap. Like he tapping with his fingertips, just tapping and running. You know, that's wow.
Bumps him as he goes up for a shot. He makes a 3-point play out of it.
That's right. He hits the foul. That's his 46th point. 4.5 left in the quarter. 86-62. New Orleans on top. We're in the third quarter at the Superdome in New Orleans.
Yeah, this is just like Bam. I ain't gonna lie. Even though pistol cooking, this is just like Bam, cause it's not competitive. Coach low-key, if we according to the NBA rules, look, this is just like Bam. But it's Pistol Pete, rest in peace. I ain't gonna push that against him, but hey, this is a blowout, y'all. He could be sitting a little bit, you know. It's a blowout, man. Just saying.
E.C. Coleman swings it to Williams. He takes a pop shot.
That's what I'm saying. This is raw proof that you can stat pad in the NBA sometimes. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Cause Pete should not, after this timeout, he shouldn't get back in the game. We finna see though. He shouldn't get back to at least the fourth quarter. He's still out there. He's still out there. Still out there. This is proof you can stat pad. This is proof. I wonder if it's some, man, it ain't no footage of Wilt 100. Damn.
51 points on December 14th. That was the night that Elgin Baylor took over as coach.
At least I got this.
The Jazz beat Kansas City. Maravich misses. Rebound McAdoo. Pitching it behind. He was trapped, and Jackson, fortunate thing he was there.
At least I got this. I'm grateful to see this at least.
Lonnie Shelton fires.
Ooh.
Good for Lonnie. He has a dozen points.
This is 70s.
The rest Pete Maravich, because he's been carrying their offense, and they're down 16 now, but they're playing tough defense at this point.
Time left in the ball game. 2:27 third quarter, and Nate Williams hits a field goal. 11,033 fans watching the game at the Superdome tonight. Monroe, no good. Rebound the Pistol.
But they're going to have to score a little better than that. Take advantage of these opportunities on the missed shots.
Maravich still working for shots. Here goes the Pistol. Double team. Scoring. Maravich now with 48 points. Can you imagine when you talk about all the things we've said about this guy tonight? There was a player in the NBA who averaged 50 points a ball game.
And that was a big fella, Wilt Chamberlain.
I mean, he didn't do it once in a while. He went through a year.
Chat, is there any full games of Wilt Chamberlain? I hope it is.
Lonnie pokes the ball away.
I need to see something.
Mo Howard coming back for New Orleans. Number 14, number 24, Bill Bradley inserted into the Knick lineup, replacing Bob McAdoo. Fifth down. And Butch Beard lays it up on a pass from Monroe.
I tell you, Pistol has to be in great position to renegotiate his contract now after a game like this. You watch Maravich here making a move against Butch Beard. Comes between his legs, then he gets a little screen there. Comes around, McAdoo comes to help, Earl comes to help, but to no avail.
Now we've had a foul call on Phil Jackson, and you know, he gets
James and Otto Moore. Irate with Beard.
Personal foul.
Shoot 1 and 1 for 2.
Here's Otto. He'll get his first. Here's chance first. Okay, 4 remaining. Doesn't like this. Jackson on the personal foul, but a punching foul assessed to Otto Moore.
Well, the Jets in the penalty situation, and the punching foul only calls for 1 shot.
And the Knicks are in the penalty, right? Monroe in trouble at the baseline. Beard knocked away.
The rebound.
57 seconds left in the quarter. And Butch Beard goes to the free throw line. Actually, both teams are in the penalty. And they have been since about the 4.5-minute mark of the quarter. That is to say, 4.5 minutes to go. Not missed a free throw tonight. They are 13 for 13 at the foul line. Ball, he almost had his grasp on it. He touched it and it went out, but he almost caught it. Here's Nate Williams. Shovel pass to McElroy. Jackson stays with McElroy. A backcourt foul on Phil.
But now defensively, they're putting pressure all over in the backcourt. And Phil called for the foul against McElroy. He'll shoot 3 for 2.
Here's a technical foul on Red Holzman. Red has been called on a technical. Murphy had just had enough of Red Holzman. I don't think there's anything particular Red said right here. It's just that Red's been up for about the last 5 minutes. Both teams have been hot from the free throw line. New Orleans 14 out of 16 tonight.
Well, Red was complaining on that last time the Knicks were pressing the ball in the backcourt. The pass came inbounds, was deflected. The 24-second clock was never reset.
A good look at an unhappy coach. It's 2 straight. First he shot the technical, then he had 3 to make 2. So it's 94-75. New Orleans on top. 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Lonnie Shelton floating it down to Jackson. And Monroe's coming for Earl Monroe. A low-scoring game for the Pearl. Just 7 points tonight. 1 for 1 at the foul line.
Yeah, Earl, what's going on?
They need a tip by Jackson, and the Knicks steal it. Here's a jumper
Good
for
day.
the Pearl. No good. Bradley tips it back to the Pearl
Good boy.
again. Monroe Bill at the baseline. Back to Monroe.
Ooh.
Shot. No
Ah.
good, and a rebound, Otto Moore. The Knicks really wanted that basket because the pressure defense got them the chance.
That's true. They worked hard on defense to get that ball back, and Earl had a couple of shots, but it just wouldn't fall for him.
Ooh.
12 seconds remaining in the third quarter from the Superdome.
He ain't go
in New
nowhere
Orleans.
though.
Here's Mo Howard into the lane to Otto Moore. His shot. A buzzer beater by Otto Moore. The Knicks backcourt. Here's Beard moving it into the forecourt. Pete Maravich is back into the game for New Orleans, and he has scored 48. Beard's shot is no good. Bradley offensive rebound. The follow shot is over.
The offensive fourth personal foul.
Maravich with a whole quarter to work on his career high is only 3 points away from it. Here's Mo Howard to Nate Williams. He shoots on Bradley. It is short. Rebound Bob McAdoo. Max had a bunch of rebounds tonight.
And they did a good job of pushing off on that play.
A drive by Beard.
When he got that shot off.
Block.
Butch will trigger it at the baseline, guarded by the pistol. Comes to Shelton. He gets a straightaway jumper that is no good. Griffin boards it. Just underway in the final quarter. It's 96-77.
Travel.
Traveling for Howard. Shelton. Line driver is short. Beard uses it as an assist and puts it up and in.
And Beard did a pretty good job of getting Pistol Pete out of the way on that play when he got the offensive rebound.
96-79. 11 minutes left in the ball game, and here's a whistle. And he replaces Lonnie Shelton.
Here's a matchup, a good matchup to watch. Bradley and Nate Williams.
Maravich rims one. So he's stuck at 48. The Pearl.
There you go.
He took an extra step, but that's just his shoulder fake.
Earl got up there in a hurry when he got that pass from McAdoo.
Earl has moves within moves. You got to watch for that. It's 96-81. Knicks have cut the margin in half. The Jazz once led it by 33. Well, there's Maravich hitting his 50th point. One away from a career high. His career high coming into the year was 50, but he had that 51-point game in December.
And rest in peace to any of the players that's not here anymore. Because this video, this is like 70s. So.
That's for as well as Pistol Pete Maravich.
Here's Maravich walking it across the timeline, guarded by Beard. To Nate Williams, high post to Otto Moore. He looked like he wanted to shoot. Otto doesn't very often shoot from that distance. Here's Griffin. Down to the baseline they go. A shot by Williams is in and out. McAdoo boards it for New York. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game as Beard moves it up and waits for help. Over the shoulder by Butch, and we've got a foul.
Butch been a good.
Well, we will not be on again until Wednesday, March 16th from Phoenix at 9:30.
That's a long time off.
It is. Knicks will be playing at, which we are not permitted to cover. (98-83). Knicks are 17 for 17 at the free throw line tonight. There's an offensive foul. It doesn't count. Mo Howard upset because he lost the field goal.
Well, I couldn't see that play from this position. I was Elgin Baylor.
That's funny. Elgin Baylor saw it, and he had a worse angle than you did.
Yeah, well, he couldn't see it then.
Got to stick up for your players. 98-83. Elgin actually is a kind of a mild-mannered coach, though. He doesn't get too emotional out there. 8 seconds on the timer. Beard feeds it across to Tom McMahon, drops the ball, and the Jazz picks it up, and that resets the timer. The Knicks with their 23rd turnover, Cal.
They had a good opportunity now. They sliced that lead down to 15. They could have cut to 13 on that play, but Bush didn't get that shot up in the air.
Knicks came back a little bit.
A jumper by the pistol, a career high for Maravich. 52 points. Maravich with a new career mark. And he does it with 9 minutes left in the ball game. It's 100-83, New Orleans on top. And you folks watching on television tonight are seeing the best offensive game in Maravich's
Well,
history.
is this a game like Bam? Because Bam now was up by like 40-something. This is a 20-point game. Is it, though? Damn.
pistol, and nobody's worked out too well.
He's still shooting. 54 and still counting.
He different, bro.
I'm going to run out of room on the score sheet here in a minute.
He just a different breed. I ain't gonna lie.
Out of bounds. In the third quarter, the Knicks shot 41%, and the Jazz shot 44%. Here's Walt Frazier coming back, so is Tiki Burton. Monroe and Beard are coming out. Mo Howard and Maravich remain on the New Orleans back line. High post to Otto Moore. He's played a surprisingly good game, and he's played a lot more time tonight than Kelly. That's an offensive foul.
Into Tom McMillan.
Is second. 8 minutes remaining. New Orleans by 17 points. Knicks need a streak.
A long streak.
Yeah. Tom McMillan. Well, he gets it started. It's back to 15. Tommy Mack with 12 points tonight. 102-87. The pistol firing for 56. 56 points.
Well, he's incredible. He had a
Dog.
for a while where he missed about 3 or 4 shots. Now he can't miss anything.
7.5 minutes remaining. McAdoo drives on Griffin. Puts it up with a lot of spin, but it won't go, and Griffin has a rebound.
Bro, pistol.
25 rebounds against Milwaukee on this floor Wednesday night. The fans cheering for Pete. Here goes the pistol. He'll let it fly. This one is off target, but he's been fouled.
Foul.
Pick up a couple here. That would give him 58. He makes them both, so the pistol with 58 and the Jazz on top 106.
Man, he getting them points fast.
7 minutes left in this ball game. Knicks back home against the Pacers tomorrow night. Here's Crowder taking a timeout, and this crowd in New Orleans, obviously he could be deserving of some rest right now, but I believe he wants to stay in.
Oh yeah, he's playing like he wants to stay in.
58 he's got. Here they go, and he gets a layup. Hits 60.
Nice.
You're watching basketball history.
He nice, bro. He different. He
He
definitely could hoop today. Easily.
Player in the NBA this year.
And
Tom
no
McMillan
brainer.
short, and the rebound taken down by Al.
Now, Pistol is great with the basketball, but he's also very good without the ball. You watch him get the ball up here, bump Dean off on that pick there. McMillan did not switch, and that's the result. Pistol's in for a layup.
Howard, he hits. And Maravich no good. Rebound Otto Moore. Get it back to Mo Howard. He hit. Previous high game by any NBA player this year was 51. It happened twice, both by Maravich and also by Phil Smith of Golden State. Halfway through this final quarter.
Hold on, y'all. Thought I kept seeing something. I'm like,
Nope, I think it was Tiki Burton came behind and reached in for the ball. Yeah, it's Tiki reaching in for the ball. He gets his foot, he twists his ankle a little bit coming down. I don't think it's too serious. I hope not anyhow.
The pistol.
Get the ball bad.
Might have slumped, and he just this one here. Preminger hits the board, and it goes up to him.
Rest pistol now, but he gets
trying for an offensive rebound and runs out of
1 points. He might want Pete to break his record.
Lonnie Shelton looking for a pass, tries to get it to Bradley, almost stolen by Williams. Bill passes inside to Memminger. Dean makes a move to Tom McMillan. Blocked by Otto Moore, recovered by Griffin. Fire it up front, off the fingertips of Williams, and then small Griffin facing another.
And a good defensive ball player, E.C. Coleman.
5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Knicks have trailed it since an explosion early in the first quarter, and particularly in the second quarter when New Orleans outscored 34-17. Tiki Burton goes in, drops it off to Shelton. Lonnie throws it away. The shot clock was down to 3. The Knicks had to get a shot up, but a bad pass spoils any attempt. 25 turnovers for the Knicks tonight.
And the story now is how many points will Pete Maravich wind up with?
61 as of this moment.
And counting.
Here he goes in on the other guy with number 7. Pitches off. Mo Howard way up and off. Air ball. Burton has the ball knocked away. Lonnie Shelton tries to follow, can't do it. Otto Moore's pass out is blocked, but the Jazz recover it. Here's the pistol. Sees some daylight.
Ooh.
Lay it up.
Hey.
A charge.
Ah, bullshit.
And
Pistol here makes a move. Tricky Burton trying to make a steal on him here. Tom McMillan moving over.
Man, that ain't no charge.
To win
against Maravich.
Here's the ball knocked out of bounds. Pistol with a long one. No good. He can afford to come up and take every shot now. And the whistle. Taking a time. And Rich Kelly is in for New Orleans.
And that ball came in and went off of Dean's hands, they call. They're looking for him.
Aaron James inside.
Ooh.
Got 63. He put the right spin on that ball.
He sure did.
Tiki Burton fires up and hits a Tiki with a long one. Tiki has contributed 7 points. It is 113 to 91. New Orleans on top. The crowd rooting for Pete every time he comes up the floor. Nick's trying to double team him now.
Dean has the task of trying to contain him, and that's a hard job today.
Here he uses a pick and scores again. And look at his teammates rooting for him. Look at Coleman. Coleman leaped into the air when he scored. 65 for the pistol. Tiki Burton
65.
doing a Pete imitation. 115 to 93.
The Jazz are going to pistol every time down the floor now.
They're trying to get picks for him now. They're no longer asking him to well, this is some night. We've got 2:48 left, and he does indeed have a chance to get into the 70s. Playing for the first time tonight, number 11, Ron Behagen, into the ball game. He replaces Coleman.
When Ron came in the game, doing it good.
66 points. Game replaced the lowest drafted player to make it in the NBA this year. Tom McMillan, no good, and a rebound for Aaron James. He will try to get the ball to Maravich. Oh, wait a minute.
On the floor.
118 to 93. I guess they just couldn't help themselves. And Dean
yelling for Pete to get the ball.
Behagen goes. 2:14 remaining. The pistol with 66 right now.
Pistol with 66. 68.
68 for Maravich. And a steal. Look at him fight
Good
for the
D.
ball. The pistol's doing it all. A great ball game.
Double, travel. Oh.
With a dramatic top. A minute 45 to go, and it's just a question of how many the pistol will score. Here he is with the basketball.
Uh-oh.
He takes the shot. No good. He's forcing a little bit. There's no question about that, but he's making most of them anyway.
And he has to be tired right now.
Sure.
He def tired.
Out the pistol. Goes on a drive. Him out of the ball game with 1:18 to go. Listen to the hand he gets.
What? He supposed to get that, ref. He supposed to be on his side, give him the 70 points, man. Go caught foul on pistol.
Back to work, and we have a layup and a foul on Kelly. And a scout for the Jazz. They are announcing that it's the highest total by a guard in the history of the National Basketball Association.
Well, you got to give it to him. He put on a performance this evening.
122 to 100. Up front to Dean Meminger, and Dino gets a layup. Dean Meminger. Only 2 men in the history of the NBA have ever scored more. Elgin Baylor and Will Chamberlain.
Elgin Baylor and Will Chamberlain. Is this some Elgin Baylor footage? I definitely check that out.
Steal up to Tiki.
Oh.
James in the air, and there'll be a foul on James. By pistol.
It's too late for that, though.
I've run into thousands of people who said
I wasn't in New York.
well, we'll both be able to say we were here for this one. Meminger to go.
Bro, they play serious non-stop, bro.
Tom McMillan, and an offensive.
Rather defensive ball player coming baseline for the layup.
A 122-105 lead for New Orleans. The Knicks scored the first 4 points of the ball game, but then after 9 straight points by the Jazz, the Knicks never really caught up again. Tom McMillan. Tommy with 16. 5 seconds left in the ball game. Aaron James. Walker. That scores. Score the basket by Walker, and that's the ball game. The final
Mr.
score.
Pete.
124 to 107. New Orleans wins it. We'll be back with a recap after this. Breaking down the incredible game by Pete Maravich tonight. 27 field goals, 14 free throws for 68 points. The highest score ever produced by a guard in the NBA, and there have been some fantastic guards who have played basketball in this league. But on this night, in this game, it was pistol all the way.
He did it all. There's no doubt about it. He had great range on his shots. He got a lot of help from his teammates who were really cheering for him. You see right here, Mo Howard, his pistol did everything well. He shot the jump shot. He ran the fast break. He penetrated, going down the lane, along the baseline, inside, down low. He did everything conceivable out there on the basketball floor this evening. And he shot the ball extremely well.
And he fouled out with 1 minute and 18 seconds to go, or he might have had a chance for another field goal.
Ref cheated, man. Ref cheated though, man. Like, anyway, it's your boy Cal. Pistol Pete, you are insane. You could play in today's game, no doubt. I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.